So you guys get some good lucks in chat for both of our runners here.
They're both absolutely going to need it.
Yeah, this category can be absolutely brutal. I'll point out some spots along the way that have really been damaging to a lot of runners. For now, we just got World 1, though. It's pretty easy peasy.
Now, there's a rumor that they were originally going to call this Lemon Squeezy World.
I've heard that. Yeah. Alright, we got their timers nice and synced. Beautiful. Going through this level, really, they're just kind of messing around with jumps. I like that both of them released the vine, because you gotta let them breathe.
Both coming through with the 360, which is, not a huge amount of time in actual terms of the race. But it's swag, and we love swag here.
Yeah, that 361 would be dope. This level has some visually impressive platforming. By this time, like at their skill level, you've literally done this level thousands of times. So, like, lots of people don't really think about it too much, but I mean, honestly, it looks really cool. You notice they're using those wooden platforms to kind of push Mario to the right, and that's going to help them get a 259 on their timer, as opposed to a 258. So if you look up at the top of their screen at those yellow numbers, you'll see both of them getting that 259. Just goes to show, like, even at full P-speed, there's little things you can do to make it a little faster. Wonder who's got the shell jump for this level here. Louie going for it, Fitz going for it, neither getting it.
We gotta appreciate the effort, though. I mean, that's really for the fans.
Yeah, it really doesn't save all that too much time, but it's really impressive when people get it.
Now, blink and you'll miss Yoshi's Island, but here we all are already into Iggy's Castle.
This is a really fun room one. Watch how tight they have to play these cages here, doing those spin jumps right under that Koopa, going over the Potaboo. Continue going. You're not going to make this jump, so you have to grab the cage. So they grab it as low as they can, except for Fitz, who oddly does like a mid-grab. You don't see a lot of top runners do anything but a bottom grab on that last fence. Louie's big, so he's going to take himself a fire coming up. Fitz is going to stay small. And that's just going to help him in other ways, in other levels, just kind of like being able to squeeze in tight spots. And some people just feel more comfortable small.
Some people like spicy Mario, some people like mild.
Yeah, and you can see the difference in their strats right there. Because Lou was able to use the fire to knock Iggy down, while Fitz had to do a really scary, like, triple spin jump on the Iggy.
Absolutely nails it, though. Both these runners still synced up pretty perfectly.
Yeah, we'll see how long that lasts going into Donut Plains here, because things are going to get pretty crazy pretty quickly in this world coming up.
It's a real bear claw of a world. Because donuts.
I got it. I got it. Oof, I'm going to shake that one off, though. Going into Donut Plains 1, you're going to see immediately how it changes. Skipping that first cape. Once again, this is no cape, no Star World. So they're not going to be able to use the Star World to get to Bowser quicker. And if they grab a cape, they have to immediately take the first death they can. So they're going to be pretty much stuck to the ground unless they're flying around with Yoshi, which does happen a few times in this run.
Sort of my favorite part of the category is we get to see how useful Yoshi can really be.
Now here you might see some differences just because Louie's able to shoot these fish out of the way while Fitz has to go around them. But Fitz can be just like he's going to be able to do things a little differently. Or has to do things a little differently. Like he can just squeeze above fishes that Louis has to get out of his way. Squeeze under fishes just like that. Doing a scroll here to set up those fish. Man, he is threading that needle. Look at that. Great job from Fitz. Turning a not that bad level into a terrifying level and then nailing it.
He is small but strong.
Alright, now we're in the ghost house. This is fairly simple, but has some cool tech behind it. So they're just gonna get to the end of the room here in room 1. And before they reach this boo up here, they want to have P-Speed, and that's so the camera follows them up with the big boo. If you don't have P-Speed, that camera is not going to follow you up, and then you're just stuck up there on the platform without seeing yourself or the door, trying to guess where it is, or trying to gain P-Speed on a platform that you have no idea where you're on.
Both racers pulling that off perfectly, though. We have Fitz just a hair behind. This is still really anyone's race.
Oh, absolutely. There's a lot of race left. Like I said, I would expect anywhere from like a mid 35 to a mid 36 from these runners. That would be my guess. Fitz being small, going up on them clouds. Louis having to do that strat where he jumps on the moving platform. Oh, they both survived the scariest part. This level right here is an absolute widowmaker, man. We've seen so many runners mess up or just have bad luck on jumps and not being able to get through it. Both of them just killing it, though. Holy cow. Alright, going through Donut Plains here. These guys are looking for a Yoshi. Let's see what they do with this yellow shell. Louis bouncing off of it real nice like. Fitz just throwing it in the Hammer Bros face to get rid of him. Good grab from both runners. You see Fitz is now big, and as Louis picks up a backup flower, Fitz picks up his first flower. That's going to help in the Morton fight, and we'll discuss that when it approaches next. And you'll notice right here, he throws that Yoshi. Fitz now, throw that Yoshi. And the reason you do that is because there's a big chance that Yoshi's going to go in that pit if you don't give him a little assistance.
As much as we love throwing Yoshi in the pit, it's necessary for this round.
Yeah, we gotta keep him for just a bit before we get the pleasure of tossing him in a pit. And you see, this is a pretty standard level, just get to the top, but it's really neat in how they do it, having to jump over those swamps. You see Fitz having a little hiccup there. He's gonna widen that gap between him and Louis. And while this isn't an auto-scroller, it is cycle-based, so it's kind of like a pseudo-scroller. There's not much they can do to speed things up. But one little trick is you see Louis grab that spring and bounce on the dry bones. Instead of taking the spring up, you're going to take the enemy up and bring the spring with you. And that just helps you get in Morton's door just a hair faster. You see as Louis gets up to the top here, he's going to jump up, toss that spring, and bounce up. And use the fireball that we discussed earlier to do 2 fireballs and 1 jump. It's going to get rid of Morton. And both of them real close. Going to be moving on to Vanilla Dome now.
Yeah, and they're making this look easy, but with a race of this caliber, with 2 runners of this ability, it's really, you know, the pressure's on. It's kind of on them not to mess up at this point.
Yeah, when you get to these high levels, it's really hard if you make mistakes to try to fight back and regain the lead. Because we're talking about runners who are both top 10 in this category. Now watch here as Louis gonna jump up, hit that block, and grab a shell. Use that to kill the Buzzy Beetles, and then re-grab the shell to fly up to the secret exit. It's going to be the first of 2 times Yoshi's going to help us here in Vanilla Dome. They've opened up the pathway to Vanilla Secret.
Yeah,
Yoshi's
Fitz with
gonna
a
help him one more time.
little stumble there at the very end of that last level, so that gap is widening just a bit more. Little mistakes like that can really mean a lot in a race like this.
Absolutely, especially in, man, this vanilla secret right here. Yeah, Fitz not getting the bounces he wanted. Sometimes those green beans can be a little tricky and just either not spawn or not spawn a hitbox, or see Fitz struggled with that, while Louis, who I've seen practice that a lot, really smoked it. Got a Yoshi again, so you know something good's coming up. Hopefully he's saving that shell to get rid of a Chuck that's going to be at the end of the level. Notice Louis has that shell in his mouth. You can use it right here. There you go. I see that Chuck waste so many players' Yoshis. Fitz coming in behind right now. He's looking pretty decent here at the end. He decided to just trust his jump skills and go before that Chuck. Now Louis gonna play around with these dolphins. No, don't do that to him. No.
This is always the point where I'm really hoping the World Wildlife Fund isn't watching the race. I heard they're big fans of Mario.
Dolphins are our friends. Just because you can doesn't mean you should, Louis. Turtles are just demons with shells. I don't care what happens to them. Everybody knows that.
I mean, why they got all that shell space if you're not supposed to throw your plastic in there, right? Speaking of polluted seas filled with dead things, as we enter into this castle, this has been a pretty cursed one for our runners lately.
Yeah, we've seen lots of players just run into random stuff, but Louis looking good. He's going to be coming up on his Reznor fight soon. Alright, now Louis at the exciting part. Let's see how his Reznor fight goes down here. Beautiful. Got rid of him real quick. He's gonna keep that lead against Fitz. Had a little bounce before that door. Also, great fight from both of them.
It is, but you know, I got a problem right now. I have some dry toast.
Dry toast? Oh my god. What? Do you think maybe Butter Bridge 1 could fix that?
Oh, and it is. This toast is going down silky smooth.
Butter Bridge, this is the best level on Earth. I'm telling you what. You see it once, you guys are going to be full for the day.
That's what I like to call. Some people call this an auto-scroller. I call this a freestyle level.
Yeah. Yeah. This is definitely the smell the roses part of the run.
Well, normally, I mean, like, we're all here because we love this game, right? We enjoyed this game. This Prime, it's really up to the runners to make everyone else entertained.
I'm just here because I love Butter Bridge 1. I've never played the rest of the game, to be quite frank. I've only played this level. And that's something I wasn't going to admit to everyone tonight, but here we are. Now you guys all know the truth.
Well, you know, I was watching 60 Minutes the other night, and I saw Shigeru Miyamoto, and he looked Barbara Walters right in the eye, and he said, Mrs. Bar, finest moment of my career, Butter Bridge 1.
I saw that. That was very brave of him to say, and I agree with him. It was a great interview. 60 Minutes with Barbara Walters.
I'm old, man. I don't know who's on it
She
now.
was never on 60 Minutes, man.
I'm thinking of 2020. Oh shit.
So they're gonna be ending up this level soon. Louis getting out of there. The 153. He's got his Yosh. He's got his Fire Flower. Fitz still right behind him.
And just like that, hate to watch it leave, but I love to watch it go. It's Butter Bridge.
Yeah, they're going into 2 now, which can be pretty exciting right here at the beginning. Their only goal at the end of this is to just grab themselves a blue shell and fly out of here. Yeah, you see, it's a tight little jump and eat to get it. You gotta know where pretty much all these little Super Koopas are gonna spawn and when to eat, when to jump.
I believe the
Alright, I think we're getting our senses back here. We got both of them in Ludwig's castle. Louis going through room 2, Fitz going through room 1. You'll see how Louis manages these cages. He's really good at this section, so I'm not surprised to see this. The camera can hardly keep up with him. Oh my god, he got to the door before the camera even pulled up. So once again, just 2 fireballs and a jump, and Ludwig's out of there.
Ludwig dead and lost to history like the actual Beethoven. Really, this has been a close race all the way through, but Louis just still keeping that lead over Fitz.
Yeah, he's not letting Fitz take any of it yet. Louis really had a great run so far. But we'll see what the Forest of Illusion has to say about that. That's where they're heading up to next. And this point on from the rest of the run, things get pretty hairy. So this just has really cool platforming and bouncing off of enemies here for the first part.
Absolutely vital in Forest of Illusion 1, though, for both of these runners to keep their Yoshi, because they have to have it for the next level.
Yeah, absolutely. The last thing you want is to lose your Yoshi where Louis is now, past the Yoshi box in this level. Nice use of that shell to get rid of the Hammer's brother. Perfect level. Fitz looking good as well. Those Wiggler hitboxes can be pretty sketch, so seeing him miss and eat like that kind of scared me for a second. Also using that shell. Coming out with a 256. Now it's time for Louis to try what the Yoshi's here for. Yoshi clips. See that nice remount right into the corner. Just kind of drags you and Yoshi into the wall.
Gets it in 1, but for anyone new to this category, that has about a 75% chance of working even if you do everything perfectly. So this is a really, potential pain point for any runner of the category.
Yep, there's always a chance that you're going to get kicked out of the clips. Fitz as well, coming in. Now we got a race. As if them being so close wasn't a race already. You just hate to see Yoshi clips mess someone up on good pace like this.
And we've seen it a lot during this tournament.
So many times. It's heartbreaking when that happens.
Really makes you appreciate that meteor that drove the Yoshis extinct in the first place, right?
Oh, yeah. It was a blessing. Yeah, Louis himself a shell. He's probably gonna get rid. Yeah, I was about to say he wants to get rid of it before his jumps come up here. He's gonna be getting up into a pipe to reach the secret exit. Nice jump off the chuck. So Lou's gonna be moving on to Roy's castle. So pretty much he's just going to be chilling on this block snake. In cake categories, typically you'll fly through this room and all that. There's not really good skips for flowers, so you have to do the room the way it's intended. But the second they get off this castle pretty much explodes. It gets pretty crazy.
Yeah, the block snake and the sketty lake are kind of just there to keep you into a full sense of security.
Nice scroll there. It's to kind of ensure that those potaboos don't stay riding that bus with them. Now, here we go. Watch him take that purposeful damage right there as he dropped his other flower, picked that up so he continued having a flower for the boss. He's going to be running through a full P speed, get rid of that switch, bounce off that potaboo. He's going so fast, half those platforms didn't even spawn. And he had to react in an instant to know where to go. 2 fireballs in 1 jump, and he's out of Roy's castle. Just as Fitz goes in for his attempt, he's got his extra fire flower doing his jumps right now. Once again, get rid of that switch and do a bounce. Yep, he as well. Despawned the 1st and 3rd platform. Looking real good. Man, both of them having hot runs. Fitz having a little hiccups here and there, but you know, like I said, this run just continues to heat up the rest of the way through, so this is still anyone's match. Chocolate Island can be a little unforgiving here. It's got some pretty impressive platforming. Instead of just flying over the entire level, they have to be down on the ground with all these dino rhinos and piranha plants and obstacles. It can really, really be a hassle if you don't know exactly what you're doing. Louis showing off a pretty textbook Chocolate Island one, though. So shooting out of that pipe, he's going to be finishing up here soon. Fitz is going through his. He as well is looking pretty good. I think that jump off the chuck is so cool looking. I mean, it's intended, but that's just one jump I really like.
Oh yeah, I mean, this is one of the best platforming levels in the game.
This ghost house, though. This can be super spooky. Look, he's got that fishing boo above him. He's got those earrings right underneath him. Trying to make his way to this door. You can get this door early, or you can die going for it. Louis took damage, which isn't the biggest deal right now because he does a strat here in room 2 that doesn't require damage. So watch his scroll he does right there, then bounces off the potaboos and gets up to the door. I want you guys to keep that in mind. Where his scroll, he didn't lose a power up, he just did a scroll through. And we're going to see if that differs from Fitz's strat in any way, because there is a typical strat you see people use that does require damage. Fitz as well going for that scroll strat. I like it. He's gonna save his fire flower. Louis rocking Small Mario going into Chocolate Island 2.
Now, Chocolate Island 2, there's a lot of different things that can happen in if you're doing a normal vanilla run of this game, but for this category, it's pretty much just get in and get.
Yep, you just run straight to the end. Getting past those chucks can be really sketchy though, so good on Louis for getting through that. He'll be able to move on to Chocolate Secret, while Fitz is coming up on room 3 of Chocolate Island 2. Very nice. Now, Louis in a level that can be pretty sketchy no matter where you are, whether it's the chucks in room 1, the Buzzy Beetles here in room 2, Or the super crazy room 3 with spinies, chucks, moving platforms, lava, pits. Fitz taking some damage there. He's gonna grab that midway. Yeah, there he goes. Makes sense. If they're gonna go for a pretty intense strat in the next castle, they both want to make sure that they're big. It would be nice if they were big. Louis coming out with that mushroom. He's looking good. Fitz right behind him still. Alright, Fitz is finishing up Chocolate Secret. Louis going into Wendy's castle just a little bit ahead of him. Now watch this castle, because this is terrifying through and through. Do a jump over one saw, two saws, and now he's going for the crusher skip, taking that damage I talked about earlier, jumping under that saw, under that crusher, and making it just a little bit earlier. All that risk for just a little bit earlier. Nice jump under the saw there. That is a terrifying strat. He's moving on to room 2 while Fitz is doing his room 1 attempt. Watch Louis here. Just full P speed as quick as he can, jump through this room. Oh man, that room is so terrifying. It's half endless pits.
Pretty good placement on the Wendy spawns for Louis there.
Yeah, it helped him out for sure. It's looking good. Fitz still just right behind him, entering the fight as Louis leaves it. This could still be anyone's game as they head into Valley of Bowser. Alright, first Louis got to go through the sunken ghost ship, so he's going to be rolling up to that here shortly. No cape for him, so he swims over the box and makes his way into room 2. So what he's trying to accomplish here is despawn 2 boo rings that are located at the end of the room. Fitz is going to be coming in behind him. About an 18-second lead Louis has right now, I would say. So watch on Louis' screen. We're coming up to where the boo ring should be. There's not one where he's swimming through now. He does have to do a little damage boost through the second boo ring. Fitz is hoping for that same result.
Yeah, really, you can despawn 1 ring, both rings, or no rings.
Yep, Fitz got his despawn as well, so he's going to continue on to room 3 to meet up with Louis in the same room at the same time. Let's just give him one big one here. Orb! Good job to these runners, keeping it so close all the way to the orb. That's pretty crazy. So we got 3 wild levels for y'all before Bowser. 3 before Bowser. Keep that in mind. Fitz is not far behind, and Louis having a little bit of slip up on that stairs. Could give Fitz just a hair of an edge.
The smallest mistake here could be catastrophic to either one of these runs.
Absolutely, and these next 3 levels are the places where you would have such a thing. Look how Louis utilizes Small Mario to just go up and around and over everything he needs to. All those 1-block gaps, you would be locked out if you were Big Mario. but it's a trade-off. If you get hit at all, you're dead. One single slip up and you are dead. But you're maneuverable, so trade-off? Man, Fitz doing really well too. So Louis in the second of our 3 hardcore levels. See, he's got enemies above him, he's got enemies below him. He's just trying to get through fast.
Now, personally, I don't imagine that we're going to see anyone going for sand clips because this race is so tight right now.
Are you kidding me? I hope that was the biggest sarcasm in your life. You have to get sandbar. Louis did not get sandbar. Fitz, do your thing. Let's see if he can close this gap at all. He's lining up. Let's see if he clips in. Oh, neither one of our runners getting sandbar. That's what this whole level was leading up to. So now we just get to watch him slowly walk through here. That could have changed the entire outcome of the race if either one of them got it.
It could. On the other hand, though, if one of them went for it and died, then it would have definitely changed the outcome of the race, and not the way they wanted it to.
That's true. That's risk management right there. Alright, so they're out of Vob 2. No sandbar clips to be heard of. So now Louis in possibly one of the hardest levels in this category. Watch him avoid all these enemies and spikes, and he's going to be running back and forth to maintain his P-speed while avoiding these crushers that can take you out. They are horribly placed in this level. Nice bounce off those Podoboos there, keeping his P-speed going, killing it right now because he doesn't really need it. He still has to wait the same amount of cycles. Might as well have some more control over it. Though he did do that cycle skip last race. Beautiful Reznor fight. He's going to be moving on to Bowser. Fitz taking some unfortunate damage there that's going to throw him off his game. He killed his P-speed earlier.
I mean, that's been the sword of Damocles over this whole race. Any little slip up like that for an otherwise great run, I mean, that's gonna be huge in the ultimate standings of this race.
Yep. Yeah, that's what it comes down to when you're down to the top runners as we are here at the tournament. It's still a great run. Like Fitz's run is still the best I could ever ask for. Louis just had a little bit of an edge the entire way through the run.
He did. Now we got Louis coming up on Bowser fight as Fitz enters Dark Room.
Louis gonna be going for a quick hit right there. You don't try to hit him as quick as possible because you want him just a little bit away from the wall on this hit, so that one doesn't fall off the edge. He just catches right on the edge of the level and still goes. So he's gonna be moving into phase 2 with his extra Mecha Koopa. That's gonna allow him to try out a little trick called ball skip. I'll explain it here as Louis does it. Here in phase 2, Bowser typically drops 2 cannonballs, as most of y'all know, and you have the ability to skip the second one. To do that, Louis brought in a Mecha Koopa into this phase, and he's waiting until Bowser drops his ball on the left side, pulls him to the right side, and you hit him right there. When he's on that right side, he will not drop that ball. Basically, he started trying to drop that ball, and Louis interrupted that animation, and so he just skipped that animation. You're going to see another little animation skip here a little later, going into phase 3.
Basically, Louis picking up that Mecha Koopa, he bops Bowser on the head and says, "No, Bowser, you don't drop that ball. I just cleaned this plate."
Alright, Louis moving into the third and final phase. Once again, throwing up through the clown card. That's going to skip some of the animation of Bowser bouncing. So he's going to stop right here. drop a Mecha Koopa for Louis' 6th and final hit. You guys get some GGs out for Louis. He's going to be finishing up this race with a 34.57.
Did we call mid 35 for this? That's wow.
Yeah. That's a 34 in a race is insane. Like, that's how good of a run he had. It was just a really good run. And you guys also get some big GGs and some hearts out for Fitz with that 35.22.
Also, an incredible time. I mean, we can't state that enough.
Yeah, 35.22 is absolutely insane.
Looks like Louis just had a little bit of extra honey mussy on his breakfast tendies, though.
Tell you, sometimes that's the gas you need to get going. Alright, and that means that Louis is going to move on. Unfortunately, this is just a one race, so that does eliminate Fitz from the tournament. So we will see Louis in our final four. He'll be going up against the winner of our next race that's coming up very shortly. Calco versus Dots Are Cool. I know you guys want to stay tuned in for that one. You thought this race was great. This next one's going to be just as good. Let's go ahead and bring Fitz in here. GG, Fitz.
GG.
Hey guys, thanks for the GGs.
Yeah, it was a pretty good run, man. 35.22. I think that was your best time in the tourney so far, right?
Was it really? That's so funny.
I think
Yeah, it was just one of
most of
those.
your times are within 10 seconds. It's like 35.30 almost every time.
Yeah, I think avoiding losing loads of time in Yoshi Island 3, and that gets you most of the way. But I think there was a lot of slop everywhere. I think you saw how much better Louis is just on almost every level, just a second or two. And then eventually gets to the point where, like, even if Louis took a death, maybe that wouldn't even be enough. So,
yeah, he was able to just
clear
shave
winner
little
there.
hairs here and there.
But yeah, thanks for the commentary. Been a good tourney, and can look forward to watching those semi-finals and the remaining quarterfinals now.
Yeah, it's going to be pretty cool. Louis is going to be going up against whoever wins next, Dots or Calco. Neither one of those matchups would be great, too.
Yeah, is it Calco up next?
Yeah, Calco and Dots are racing here in just a few minutes.
Wow, nice. Quick break and then back in to watch that one. Looking forward to it.
Nice. Well, GG's, man. You got anything else for us?
No, I think I'm good. I'm going to pop out for a few minutes so I can get back in time for the next one. So thanks again, guys, and see you next time.
All right. Thanks, Fitz. Good
Thanks,
talking to
Fitz.
you.
Bye.
All right, and that was Fitz1889. Came in with that 35.22. Not quite enough to beat Louis. He is a top 10 runner, one of the best. So it was really great seeing him come out and do these runs. So the next race should be starting either shortly to around the top of the hour. So you guys stay tuned in for that. We're going to have Calco versus Dots Are Cool. I know you guys are familiar with those two. I know you guys want to see this. And so you guys stick around. And we'll see y'all here shortly.